Mr. Kisto. Yellow card as well. Let's have a look. Yeah, definitely slid in with his hand. This will give us a better look. Yeah.
But you know what, with the handball situation, it always changes, because they say when you're already on the floor, when the ball hits your hand, especially inside the box, because you can't move your hand, it's not a handball, it's not a penalty, but yet all you were in the pitch and then you're getting booked.
I also wonder on that one, did it maybe hit the chest first and then onto the hand? So it's also, you get those knee onto hand, it's also not a handball.
Yeah.
Maybe someone more learned can tell us on Monday in extra time. Mailuna nice and busy. I haven't really mentioned today a start as well for Sihanda Ndlovu, signed from Arrows. So this is his first start for Mamelodi Sundowns. Here he is against his old team. Steve Compello, who's on the Sundowns bench, was the man who gave him his first start at Arrows, and absolutely raved about Ndlovu, then known as Mtanti. Some nice strength from Mabaso, the defender. There's the aforementioned former Arrows coach. He had a couple of spells with Arrows. You'll know a lot of these players intimately. They've had quite a change in lineup. You mentioned Coach Mangobo Mniti and the way he changed the team, and a lot of those stalwarts, Sibia and Ndwandwe, no longer getting as much game time as they used to in Arrows colours.
Yeah, we spoke to Coach Mangobo when he started at Golden Arrows last season. He spoke about all the young players, you know, from, you know, how Golden Arrows used to recruit players, and he spoke about it. So then, come end of the season, there's going to be few players that the country will be speaking of, and there it is. And though we had to make that move, we saw Cisse as well.
He's gone to Belgium, yes.
Yeah, so they did have important players, and in today's lineup as well, the captain Gianni, who's been one of their best players last season, is not in the lineup.
There was also Komara, the West African defender, who's gone further north. Done a bit of business. Golden Arrows transfer window, of course, still open. Not long though for the clubs left. Not much time left to make the changes. Now Mokoena gets the shot in. It's on target, but regulation practice really for keeper Mbanjwa. Clearance from Dlamini. Under a bit of pressure, it'll be Sundowns throw-in. Dlamini formerly with Amatax before he went to Arrows, so he'll know this city and its weather patterns well. National First Division, the Motsepe Foundation Championship kicking off this weekend. Now Modiba, Mokoena. These two sides have met in the MTN8 semi-final before 5 years ago. Sundowns won that tie over 2 legs and then went on to win the trophy. They one and only one in the last 18 years. It was a 1-1 draw in the first leg in Durban, 3-0 in the return leg in Pretoria, and then the trophy for Sundowns on penalties. They're looking for all sorts of good omens. Nyawa coming off the wing. This one's the ball from Koza. Now Ndlovu. Lula's been the busiest of the lot for Sundowns, and then errant pass from Obas. He'll be disappointed with that.
Especially after such a good rotation. It's always going to be very difficult, because if you look at the discipline that Gaborone Golden Arrows have when they're not in possession of the ball, they're always going to make it difficult for Mamelodi Sundowns to penetrate through that midfield. But the ball out wide for Mamelodi Sundowns needs to be a little bit quicker.
Now Shezi gets pinged for taking too long with the throw-in, and actually his teammate Mabasa was screaming at him, throw it in, throw it in, realizing the rules, which Shezi obviously forgot. Needs a turnover here now. Chance for Motiba. Majwa, the follow-up is wide. Flags up. It's a corner kick, in fact, for Mamelodi Sundowns.
You can see just how Motiba makes his presence felt inside that box, makes Golden Arrows defense a little bit of uncomfortability. Look at Mbanja there, being unable to really hold on to that ball. But a really good tackle as well. Could see as well Cassius was lurking from that rebound.
Trying to see the defender. I think it was Agnikoi, the new signing, the young Ivorian who was at Gallants last season. Here's the corner. This is Koza at the back post. Kwena. Now pings it, looking for Aubrey Modibo, who's switched over onto the right wing. Lost his compass a little bit. Too much shown by Zwane. That's not a good tackle either. Now the crowd on the far side quite rightly are suggesting to the referee that surely has got to be a booking.
You can see that lunge there from...
Is it what saves him, the fact he didn't make any contact?
Maybe it saves him, because also the referee wasn't far off from that incident as well.
Now Allende. Mokoena. There's Mailula. Mokoena's shot rebounds perfectly here for Marcelo Allende. They can start the build-up once more. Sundowns against Amazulu next in the league in midweek, and Golden Arrows have got a home game as well on Wednesday against Stellenbosch. I'm sure those respective coaches will be watching carefully. Here comes Sitole. Good overlapping here for Maluleke, the left back. Momentum lost on that one as Swane plays it back.
I think they had a great opportunity there, because Mamelodi Sundowns' defense wasn't really formatted very well. They could have used that opportunity, but once again, once they start rotating the ball, they allow Mamelodi Sundowns to reform. It becomes very difficult, and those are the transitions that Coach Peter spoke about. They need to actually use them whenever they have the chance.
Now held up a little bit by Gasa. Motiba with the challenge. Referee says play on. Here is Allende. They recovered well. Here comes Sitole again. Didn't get the 1-2 he was looking for. Clearance from Koza is a good one. Finds Mokoena. First touch gets away from him. That's nicely done by Agnikoi. Slotted in on his debut for Arrows. Sedi Dion now against Goss. That's a great goal. That's a great goal from Sedi Dion. 5 hours without finding the back of the net. But Arrows have got a huge, all-important away goal here. Excellent timing of the run. And what a finish from Sedi Dion.
What a finish indeed. We spoke about the transition that they here to play. Look at the fine ball being played here by Shozi. Look at that. If you look at the wider shot, you'll see that Ghost tried to go in first, try to take the ball. Then again, he went back, and I think that actually bought a little bit of a second for Dion to be able to make that, but also a very clinical finish from the top goal scorer of last season.
Just guided with perfection, just a little bit of an angle. He sweeps it through the legs, and Ricardo Gosta's return to goal for Mamelodi Sundowns sees him concede, and Sedi Dion's got a bit of a message there for the fans. Well, he's just winding it up a little bit here. But that could be massive for Arrows. Remember, in the case of a draw, away goal rule is in effect. Well, even if Sundowns were to score twice and maybe take this game 2-1, it would mean that Arrows in the second leg would only need to win 1-0.
1-0, yeah.
Yeah, they're looking for number 2, Satoli. Just a little speed wobble there, and a handball as well. Maybe got a little greedy there, Satoli, because Dion was in a bit of space on the right.
He was. He should have played the ball a bit earlier. And you can see also Mamelodi Sundowns defense, they were actually looking at their own goalpost, so that's an opportunity for a midfield to be able to slot the ball in, because they're not rightfully positioned to be able to actually try and defend the ball.
Arrows haven't been to the final since 2009 when they won the tournament. Their one and only piece of major silverware, that 6-0 win over Ajax Cape Town at the Orlando Stadium, the biggest scoreline in the cup final in South Africa. Here's Aubrey Modiba. It was the Modiba 1-2.
Yeah, that 1-2, you could see that Aubrey wanted to bring the ball to his strongest foot.
Need now Sundowns, if they are to make things more comfortable for them in Durban, to get not only 1 or 2 but possibly 3 or 4 goals, because this Arrows side very tough to break down. Last player to score against Arrows, Sandile Mtetwa of Amazulu, on the 6th of May. It was a 1-1 draw. Big centre-back. Presumably from a set piece. Obas Glovo back again. 5 minutes to half-time, but we do expect quite a bit of time to be added on at the end of this first half. Allende again switches to Aubrey Modiba, inviting ball, no one on that penalty spot. Modiba had drawn the defenders away. It was actually, if Mailula was a bit more switched on,
yeah,
there was plenty of space for him.
Exactly, that's where he was supposed to be, and I think he was dragged because he wanted to be involved in the play on the right-hand side. By the time the ball gets to the left, because it was switched, he was late to be able to get into that position. He needs to manage his spaces, and so then when does he get involved, when he doesn't.
Nice and busy. Allende, edge of the area. Mailula. And Yelwa was there as well. Arrows desperately looking to hold on to possession. And maybe here another counter-attack opportunity. Satoli had gone offside, so Makwele had to just hold on to the ball. Now Zwane, does like going in a different direction, doesn't he? Shazy went on the run. Well, they've knocked this ball into touch. There's treatment needed for Sedi Dion. Now, they've lost one player already to injury. Hopefully this is not serious. Our goal scorer, the boot is off, thumping the ground in frustration. Oh yes, it's the old classic Marks Mapanyani stand on the toes story, that.
They're always painful ones, especially with the type of boots that we're exposed to as footballers this late.
Shouldn't be too serious for Sedi Dion. This is how he put Arrows in the lead just a few minutes ago. One touch. It's a superb goal. perfectly weighted ball as well. I think you've got to give, you know, that you get an assist credit, but it's almost like you should get half a goal for that pass.
Yeah, that was a brilliant ball being played, and also with a little bit of a spin as well, it allows the ball to get into Dion's.
Who's getting a yellow here? It was Keegan Johannes with that foul on Dion. Allende's already been booked for that handball, and now Keegan Johannes will get a yellow card. Two Cape Townians in discussion there, but there's no hometown empathy from the referee. A couple of the Chiefs fans have aligned themselves with Arrows. Remember Arrows beating Chiefs in the quarterfinal. Now taken away by Obas, looking for the equalizer before the break. This is Mokoena. Little chip up there. Good strong header away from Agnikoi. Pace again on the flank. This time Makwele. A little bit too long for Dion. Koza, Mokoena drags it back here. Mailula with back to goal, shows his skills. Aubrey Modiba shanked that a little bit, gets another chance. But this is a chance maybe for Maluleke. Thought about a little sprint and then decided to stay back in position. Interesting to see now how much time is going to be added on after that lengthy stoppage for the injury to goalkeeper Maova. We hear from the side of the pitch it'll be 7 minutes. There's Mokoena along the ground this time. The board's up. There it is, confirmation. 7 minutes added on. Here is Aubrey Modiba. Little chip in there. Sundowns very quickly winning possession back. Now, chance for Mokoena. That's a great shot and an equally good save.
That's a great shot from Mokoena indeed. Used the right technique, used his laces, so the angle also allowed him. Great passage of play from him. Look at also the control was close by. It was on target. A great save there from Banjo.
Top goal scorer in the DSTV Diski Challenge last season. Player of the competition as well. Allende. Here's Mokoena again. This time across. Not cleared. Now it is. Not very far though. I like this Ivorian defender at the back, Agnikoi. He's just calm.
He's very calm on the ball.
Took his time about clearing that properly.
Yeah. Look at that save from Banjo. Top corner there, save. Very good for the youngster to get into the shooting range position. We've seen him a couple of games as well. He hasn't really got maybe getting to target, but he is a player that really likes to take those type of shots. But a great confidence booster for him, get into those right areas.
The keeper will be pleased with himself as well. Any nerves he might have had coming on as a sub evaporated with that save. Not as big a crowd today at Atteridgeville as I expected for a cup semi-final.
Sundowns fans really don't attend the stadium as much as they do at Loftus. I don't know why. Maybe because of the easy access to Loftus that it is difficult to get here. But whenever there's a big fixture here, you play Kaizer Chiefs, you play Orlando Pirates, yes, you see a number of those. But we've seen also on Wednesday there was enough support for the team, maybe because of it is at Loftus Stadium.
And if you go back in history, this is actually the territory of the old Bantu Callies, or Pretoria Callies as they were later known. There was always the rivalry between Attridgeville, which was Callies, and Mamelodi, which was Sundowns. And Attridgeville's on the one side of the city, and Mamelodi's right on the other side. So maybe I don't think that really exists much anymore, but certainly in the 1980s and 90s, that was still something of a reason why Sundowns never played here as a home ground. It was only when HM Pitchy was no longer available. Yeah, too long. Corner. I like these new rules. Banjwa caught out. Is this going to be to their detriment? Will they be punished for a lack of concentration from the goalkeeper? Now the referee is going to go and have a little chat here, I think, with Allende. Just wanted to see where the ball is on that corner flag. It's just got to touch a little bit of the paint. Good punch from Banjwa. He was under pressure there from Khoza. He'll get the free kick, and he'll take some time here as well. Just take a little of the sting out and try and get some Arrows to half-time in the lead.
Yeah, it becomes important to go to the half-time with the lead. These are the very critical stages of the game to concede. But look at himself, the way he fixed his eyes on the ball. A good touch indeed, because Khoza was looking at the back.
And Khoza is a big unit, certainly the tallest man in the Sundowns lineup. Nice first touch from Mokoena, but short on the pass though, taken away by Dlamini. Now Sithole teasing. He's got good skill, but there were two players there taken away from him in the end. That certainly is not a penalty. Sithole, the only player trying to claim one. Mokoena for Mutiba. Now he turns, and Glovo out wide, offside. Flag went up immediately.
Also with Mamelodi Sundowns to look at the front three as well. A good call there from the referee. Look at the front three as well. You don't have the Matthews, you don't have the Leon, so there's no speed going forward. So then you have to play both of the balls on the feet. And here, this man here, Ndlovu, we know that is very trickery on his feet. Lebu wants to hold on to the ball. Maybe in the second half, maybe there might be a little bit of those type of changes if Sundowns really want to get back into the game, because there is space, there is gaps just behind Golden Arrows defense, but they need a little bit of speed.
Young defender Mabaso, originally from Pietermaritzburg, 22-year-old who has a very bright future. Played a lot of football last season, his first full season in the top flight. There's the count again from the referee, just warning Arrows, you've got to get on with it. As soon as the ball is out of play. Maluleke has stolen a lot of ground there. Zwane played it straight into touch. A little bizarre. We're coming up for 6 minutes now of stoppage time. Just over a minute to go here before these two teams break, and Arrows will be desperate to hold on to this lead before, or to take it into the half-time break. Obas, Mutiba, Mailula just got stuck a little bit there. There was a foul, trailing leg from Cassius Mailula.
I've seen Cassius as well. He's been struggling with those in this game. The ball just gets stuck into his feet. Maybe it comes back to what Jimmy said a little bit earlier on, because the grass is thick. Maybe it wasn't wet enough, so that's why it's probably struggling. You can see also after losing the ball, trying to counter press. He needs to fix that in the second half because he gets into the right areas.
This Teko is one of the better pitches at the moment.
Yeah.
The country is struggling. Moses Mabhida is supposed to be open on Wednesday for Richards Bay against Kaizer Chiefs. The word is it's not going to happen there because the pitch is not up to standard. It's not up to standard at Peter Mokaba. It's not up to standard in Gqeberha and at the Buffalo City Stadium. The municipalities need to pull a bit of finger. So, Pitso Tlatla has his side in the lead. Ricardo Goss beaten by that excellent finish from Mercedes Dion. Who would have thought this at halftime? Arrows leading.
Yeah, Arrows leading. They spoke about it. So the team that's going to suffer without the ball, but in transition they look dangerous. This man made a brilliant save after coming on from the Mkwena shot, but Golden Arrows going to the halftime rather with the comfortable lead that they needed.
A little bit of running repairs here in the halftime break. I'm sure there'll be some harsh words in that Mamelodi Sundowns change room.